How you guys doing today? I want to talk to you guys real quick about I want to talk about brothels. And Joe Biden, I just want to tell you, uh brothels need to be legalized because the standards of women today are just through the roof. They're too high. Women's expectations are just ridiculous when it comes to men. A lot of women are narcissists. They're just too shallow. There needs to be a legalization of prostitution. I know they have legal brothels in Nevada. I know that there are certain places in other countries where brothels are legal, but there definitely need to be legal brothels in in all 50 states across the U.S. because you have a lot of lonely men go to work every day, bust stay behind, come home, you know, to a roommate situation, a lonely room all by themselves, or an empty apartment, or just an empty home, and they're all alone. They don't have no woman to cater to them. They don't have no woman to have sex with them. This is why prostitution needs to be legalized. I wish they had brothels in all 50 states here across the United States of America, because if they had legal brothels, it would make it easy for a lot of men, because women's standards are too high nowadays. They're just too shallow, and the average woman nowadays, they expect too much out of a man. You got women who feel that $30 is not enough for lunch. Like, what kind of meals are you eating, fool? I mean, really, these women, they're just shallow, narcissistic people. And if brothels were legal, it'll even the playing field for a lot of men. It'll make things easy for a lot of guys. That way you could just pay a beautiful woman to screw you, and you can go on and get it over with. you know, because I'm seeing it as the years go on. Women's standards are just too high when it comes to men. Women want too much out of a man. It's like, if you're not fine as genuine, if you don't look all that good to these women, you got to have a lot of money. Women are just shallow people. And I wish women had the gumption about themselves to just be real with men. Stop saying that you judge men by personality. Just admit that you're just a shallow, narcissistic person. You only care about what men look like and how much money they got. I wish women would learn to be honest and straightforward and stop lying to men, because it's really getting old. And as the years go on, you got a lot of men who are deprived out here, men who busting they behind on jobs every day, can't get no love from no woman. This is why, if they had legal brothels where you could go pay maybe $400 or $500 for a woman to screw you, for a woman to suck you off, that'll even the playing field. That'll make it easy for a lot of men out here, because these women, they asking for what they can't give. And women are always asking for what they can't give, always demanding things from men that they're not in a position to give themselves. You got a lot of women who, they feel they don't need a man. So if you got women who feel they don't need a man, if you legalize brothels, I mean, then that every man can go get his nut off in a brothel. Because I'm here to tell you, if I was balling on a certain economic level, that's the life I'm gonna live. I'm gonna buy pussy every day. I probably buy more pussy than designer clothes. This is what needs to go into effect now, today. Joe Biden, you need to legalize prostitution. Brothels need to be legalized, because you have a lot of lonely men out here that can't get no ass. And it's sad. It's sad, and it's very unfortunate that you have a lot of men who doing the best they can, but they can't get no loving from a woman. No woman wants to love on them. No woman wants to suck them off. No woman wants to put that fat honey bun on them. It's sad. It's a crying shame. And you have a lot of men who are just being wrote off out here. I mean, it's ridiculous nowadays. I never thought it would be this bad. And I'm seeing as the years go on with all this social media, it's not getting any better out here. It's getting worse. And I just feel that if they would at least legalize prostitution, legalize brothels, this will alleviate a lot of the sadness that a lot of men have to face. Because you got a lot of men who are just being written off. They just being totally written off nowadays. Like a lot of dudes are not being given a fair chance. A lot of women, if they don't like the way you look, they don't even want to know you. They don't even want to talk to you. And then on top of that, if you don't have no big money, they're not interested in you. So it's bad out here nowadays when it comes to the dating scene. It's extremely bad. It's bad, and it's very unfortunate. And the truth be told, and I think a lot of people know this deep down, some men are just not good enough for women. They just ain't good enough. And if you could just go pay a beautiful woman to screw you, that'll make life a lot easier for a lot of men. That way you don't have to worry about asking no woman out for no date. You don't have to worry about dealing with all the BS. You could just get straight to the point. And I think brothels are very important for men who are not desired by women. Men who are desired by women, men who've always had women throwing, vagina at them. This ain't for them. This is for men who are losers, men who've never been desired by anybody. I feel that brothels are much needed for men in this caliber. The caliber of men I'm talking about non-select men who are not selected by men who are not selected by women. Because there is a such thing as non-select men. Every man is not chosen by women. That's why I feel that brothels would be very beneficial to men who are not selected, to men who are not wanted. Men who've always been wanted by women and men who always had females liking them from a young age, they probably would think it would be stupid to legalize prostitution because they done always had women throwing vagina at them. So they wouldn't have a clue. But this is very imperative for loser type of men who are just not wanted, rejects, outcasts. I feel men in that sector, they can feel where I'm coming from and they understand what I'm talking about. If you're an outcast type of man, if you're a reject type of guy, I'm sure you definitely would love it if they had brothels in all 50 states. That way you could go buy you some sex every day. But I was just thinking about this to myself, and I feel this would be something very beneficial that the government can put into effect. Legal brothels. That way every man can get a slice of some vagina. Because you got men out here that are deprived. You got men that can't get no love. No woman want to screw them. No woman want to deal with them. So, if you legalize brothels, I just feel that'll make life a lot happier for a lot of people. But I feel this is a legitimate decision to consider. Do you guys agree? I know some people will disagree, but you're gonna always have people that disagree. But until we meet again, have a good one.